Dragon's Bread Quickbytes. Really strange stories in a quick bite.
I saw what I saw!
I saw what I saw, but no one believes me.
How do we know what we know? I mean, really know. How much of the knowledge that we call our own is really our own? A little? Not much? Perhaps all of it's borrowed. So imagine one day allowing your curiosity to win out, to overtake your need to think you know what you know. This is Dr. David Luke's story. Welcome to Weird Science.
So this is 2009, I'd like to say 2010. And I was probably about 37 at the time. I was organizing a research conference in Brazil. And I was not long out my PhD. I just kind of got tenure at a university. This was my turn as the president of the organization to host our international conference. And ordinarily it was always in Europe or in the States, right? And I wanted to take things a bit more exotic. There's a lot of kind of very intelligent, geeky, scientific parapsychologists who tend to kind of research this stuff in a very kind of dry academic way without getting their feet wet, without wading off and having lots of weird experiences themselves.
Thank you very much, Tango.
So the local people had invited us out to go and meet different spiritual, magical, religious groups every evening. So the first night we go off and do an ayahuasca ceremony with the Indians, and the next night is an ayahuasca ceremony with a kind of an urban Christian church, and then the third night is kind of like a Afro-Brazilian transpossession. Every day we've got these kind of dry academic papers, and then it's this kind of crazy-ass thing. And we're kind of getting quite exhausted by the fourth day. So we go off on the fourth night to go and see another indigenous group for a tobacco ceremony, or so we think. Here we are, like 25 of us on a minibus out to the forest, and we go and see them, and they're all like super nice, and they do some dancing and singing, and pass around the tobacco pipe, and pass around like a herbal drink, and then it's time for us all to go. At that point, everything gets really murky. So you have 25 academics all going home on a minibus, out of their minds, quite literally. I mean, there was kind of werewolves on that bus, there was all kinds. It was like a carnival.
Here comes the fun, and don't you leave me alone. I lost my keys, I better stay home. It's coming back, it's a mess in the stack. I lost my path and I need a ride.
By the time we got home, we'd lost about 6 hours, and it was kind of very patchy. It was an hour's journey. It took us like 5 hours to get back. In the morning, okay, we're all trying to piece it together, like what happened last night? It was so weird, like a jigsaw puzzle. One guy's like, he went up to his room in his hotel, and it's full of dead bodies. And he goes downstairs and he tells the concierge, he's like, I don't want to cause any trouble or anything. I'm just really tired. and there's all these corpses in my room. And the concierge is like,
Holy fuck. Okay, let's go and have a look.
of course they get up there, and
So, oh, it's alright, they've gone now. Good night.
then like one of them goes, oh yeah, did you see the little man running around the fire in the Indian's hut? You know, he had like a small guy, really, really old, he had big almond-shaped eyes. One of the other ones was like, oh yeah, I saw him too. So, and they're like, yeah, I even drew a picture. And she showed me this sketch. You know, sure enough, a little wizened guy with big black almond eyes and looks about 300 years old. I went, oh my God. And I remembered, it's like, I didn't see him, but I saw a little woman just like him on the minibus going back, you know, leaving the Indian's tent. She was like peering over the seats, like a few rows in front of me, like winking conspiratorially, just kind of like smiling at me, like with a grin from kind of ear to ear. And I'm like, oh my God, who is that? Is she one of the delegates? I don't remember seeing her at a conference. Turns out afterwards, you know, they'd given us all Datura, which is probably one of the most terrifying, pretty weird and dangerous psychedelics known to humanity. But the interesting thing is we went back to Brazil the next year and went back to see the Indians, you know, and we voluntarily did it all over again.
Dreamed up by Hunter S. Thompson. That's great.
Like when you go and have an experience in a ceremony with them, and man, your mind is absolutely blown. They're just sitting there really kind of beatific, whilst, you know, the most mind-blowing, hyper-technologized, crazy-ass shit you couldn't even imagine is going on, right? And these guys are the primitives, yeah, sure.
What was the name of the drug again?
Well, it's from a plant. It's called Floripondio is the local name, or it's called Brugmansia. But this time it was a better, and they were like, it's like a waking dream, you know, just kind of sit with it, don't follow the fairies off. Once you eat the food, that's it.
If we're already gone and the sun's burning out, then what's this whole trip really about? And if it ain't a trip, then it's only a dream. Then why pretend anything's what it seems? Maybe we're already under the ground. Subterranean bunkers a few miles down. Are we really here? A godless chaos careening through space. A nowhere and nothing located, no place. Attempting to cope in the face of mortality. Non-dual escape, deny all reality. Eschatology themes in all generations. The search for meaning, a vain recreation. A last-ditch attempt in a bad simulation. By a local dimensional mind aberration. If we're past the point of no return, an apocalypse looms and the earth's gonna burn. And the tides may rise, but they ain't gonna turn. Guess there's nothing to value and nothing to learn.
Tapes, Enlightening Orchestra for the songs Here Comes the Fog and For Those Who Are Yet to Be Born. Visit our music page at tweemedia.com to download episode soundtracks and for more information about where to buy their tunes. Also, if you dig what we're up to, please rate and review the show because it really matters. And consider contributing at our Patreon page at patreon.com/tui_media.com. Stay true, folks, in the meantime, and I'll catch you on the next episode.